Yo, what's up, everybody? It is what is it? It's Thursday, June 26th. Can I tell you all day yesterday? I swore it was Thursday.
It was not, though.
It was not. So
No.
today's Thursday. So it's like I gained a day, but I really feel like I lost a day. I don't know why.
It's daylight savings week.
Dude, tell me about it. All right, man. So what we got this is two of us.
Yeah,
It's like
again.
two amigos.
We had four yesterday.
Corey, basically. Don't come back, is what we said.
We did not say that.
No, our buddy Corey's on assignment.
He's at a show in Dallas. It's like the
packaging and recycling show,
something like that.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind, I'd like to tell a story about.
Yeah, before I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it. So before Adam tells us his story, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, let us know where you're watching from. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, let us know where you're watching from. We're trying to figure out how many people are actually listening to this show and if we should keep doing it or not, because it doesn't seem like we're getting people. Although people are like, hey, we heard you, but we don't comment. So do us a favor.
Comment away, people.
Comment. Let us know. We got to know that you're watching.
How else would you hear about great stories from Batavia, Ohio? So let's. And I said, you can take this job and you can shove it.
We got Joe coming in on the YouTubes.
What up, Joe?
Thanks. All right, man. So we do the show every single day.
Every day.
Every single
day.
And we talk about packaging.
Every day.
We talk about selling packaging. We talk about packaging regulations. We talk about the latest in packaging technology. Like, we cover all sorts of stuff on packaging
every day.
And then sometimes you show up and you're like, what the hell are we going to talk about? Because we have jobs, right? This is not a job. We don't have a research team. We kind of do it all on the fly on our own. And today is one of those days where
that helps us.
Yeah. We'd love to hear from you. If you've got something you want to talk about, let us know. In the meantime, take it away, Adam.
Yeah. Well, it's a little embarrassing, but I bought something and it's in this box right here. It's a 12 by 9 by 3 from, Batavia Container, Batavia, Illinois. And it's been sitting here now for a while. This arrived on June 3rd. Today is what? June 26th.
Yeah. So are you doing an unboxing? Is that what you're doing? I
think so. But I don't know what it is. Jeez, why don't you calm down? You're so antsy.
All right. So you ordered something.
Yes.
But you don't know what it is. And you didn't. Did you order it specifically for the packaging? Like, do you have no idea?
I think I was gonna do an unboxing. I think I said, this seems interesting, but I should unbox this. And so I'm doing that right now, but I don't remember what it is, or it's from Colby Johnson. Shout out to Colby. Hey, look at me. Look at me on the big screen. All right. So Aveli, we've got a stock box here.
What kind of flute is that?
This is a C flute, I'm gonna guess.
It is not April 1st. Chris Olson. We are not going to talk about why labels are awesome packaging. We saved that conversation for April 1st.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. Okay, so on the inside of this box, let me see if I can. Okay, so on the inside we got some bubble wrap, which is wonderful for. Oh wait, it can't. It won't pop.
Oh my gosh, this is the longest unboxing ever.
What? Jeez. And then, okay, so inside here, I've got some water and more bubble wrap. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. Let's talk about the label. This is in a giant bag. I've got a handwritten note. Adam, thank you for the support. You didn't buy a bottle, you backed a vision. That means more than you know. Grateful, Colby. Ingredients are still being added to the labels. purified water, ionic trace minerals, magnesium chloride, sodium chloride. This is an actual handwritten note. And then I've got Shadow Spring Wellness Water. Descend into the quiet.
Do you, not remembering what you bought, do you remember what you paid?
Definitely not. But
Do you know this person?
I found them on LinkedIn,
Mhm.
and I thought this looks like an interesting company.
Mhm.
This is like a interesting cap. It's like a pressure sealed sort of cap. I was thinking
Wow.
it was going to be not like that.
Mhm.
And we've got water. We got water, everybody.
Nice.
So
How many bottles did you get?
one.
Okay. How many ounces are in there?
16 flaws. 16 flaws?
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So you got you ordered a bottle of water. It's glass, 16 ounces, plus the glass. That's probably like 24 ounce weight. Then you've got a B flute
C flute.
corrugated box.
Yep.
How many sheets of bubble wrap are in there?
3 or 4.
I'm with John. Boo. Bubble wrap.
But if you're just starting out, you're just trying to get your product out the door, and you want to protect it the best, what do you do?
You could do a corrugated insert. You know,
You're going to custom make a corrugated insert?
Yeah. For one bottle.
What if someone orders 2?
What's that?
What if they order 1, 2, or 3?
I don't know. No, but that's all right. So if you're a startup and you're launching a product, you don't know what you don't know. And part of what you don't know is order volume, order variation. Is anybody even going to order this? Right? Like all these questions come up. So you're trying to do your MVP, right? Your minimal viable packaging, which is going to be a shipper off of Uline.
Bubble wrap probably off of
rolls of bubble, or you can do like rolls of like craft paper or that crinkle something. Yeah, you can kind of pack that stuff in there.
Yeah,
with most bottles are strong enough to withstand pretty heavy duty drops. You know, unless you're getting to like some of the lightweighting, like Diageo is doing, where they're doing like eggshell thin glass, and then you've got all this protective outer stuff on the outs. It doesn't necessarily translate.
Yeah.
But no, man, that's cool. I like that they did the handwritten note.
Yeah, I like that. The label is a pretty simple label. I'm guessing it's probably digitally printed. Definitely digitally printed.
Yeah.
So probably
I like John's comment here. Of course, he'd recommend their Monster Crinkle. But this is the part that I appreciate of John's comment but using a crumpled paper will probably be better.
Yeah. So if you're somebody who doesn't watch the Packaging Today show and you don't know much about packaging, but you really want to get your water bottle out there, you probably just go to Uline or you go to Google. And I think this is a bigger part. I had somebody on my podcast who does digital marketing for manufacturers specifically. And he's like, most manufacturers don't want to, they're not easy to find. And I think that people do get frustrated with packaging people because it's hard to get information about our industry. And so I suspect if you're an entrepreneur, like you just said, Avil, you kind of walk down the path of like, I've got this, I've got the idea, I've got the water, I've got the label, I've got the bottle, and it's like, oh crap, I got to ship this thing?
Yeah, and how do you do it? Like, as a matter of fact, I've got a bunch of stuff I need to ship here in the next couple of weeks. So I needed a corrugated mailer to put the stuff in. I go to Uline, I put in the dimensions, perfect dimensions. I think it was like $400 for for all the boxes. I think I was doing like 300 boxes or something. And then I get to the shipping part of it, and it was like $150 to ship it ground.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, my 300 boxes are now
Yeah, $2 a box or something.
like $600. I'm like, there's got to be a better way. So I go in, I just type it into Google, the dimensions of the box, blah blah blah. Walmart shows up. Like you can buy boxes at Walmart, and they're 90 cents a box. Doesn't matter how volume. Free shipping, free delivery to your house. So
Yep.
super cheap.
Same thing with Amazon.
Yeah. But it wasn't the exact same size. So I'm like, all right, let me dig in a little bit further. And then I found this company called The Boxery. The Boxery has free shipping. Or actually, yeah, they've got free shipping if you get over like $300, but the boxes actually came in under 300. So I ended up having to pay $30 for shipping. So I went from over $500 to like $300.
Congratulations.
But that's the thing, like you don't know. No, but like you don't know where to look.
No.
And I'm in packaging, so you just go, oh, I'll just go to Uline. But
yeah, it's a whole thing. I mean, honestly, I think that we still are very difficult to get a hold of. I mean, I started my own website back when I'd been selling packaging for maybe 2 years. It's like 2013. And I just bought the domain customlabelsandpackaging.com. And I like built my own website and got my own leads because the company that I was at was like, I'm not really sure about like SEO. We don't think people like find us on the internet. I'm like, well, the problem with that is the internet disagrees with you because you can actually get the data on what people are searching for. So, yeah, anyway. But hey, shout out to Colby on the hustle here for Shadow Spring Water.
Yeah, Chris is asking if there's any branding on the label.
No, the cap. There's branding on the label, but
yeah, sorry, on the cap.
Yeah, you could put a little sticker.
What's the inside of that cap? Like, what is that cap?
I had never seen it before. So it
is it solid? But what's that little return on the interior of that?
Yeah, it's got like almost like a gasket, or I mean, I don't know what it is, but it like seals it twice almost.
Yeah, seals it from the inside and then on the outside.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. And the water's got a lot of stuff in it, right? Trace minerals, magnesium, and sodium.
Does it have hydrogen?
It has electrolytes and protein.
Does it have oxygen?
This has double hydrogen, actually, single oxygen.
Two. You buy one hydrogen, get the second one free.
If you want to embarrass your kids at a restaurant, this is for the moms and dads out there. When they ask for your drink order, say, I would like a double hydrogen, single oxygen on the rocks with a twist of lime or a twist of lemon, please.
Nice. All right, man. I've got this box I want to share. This is pretty cool. This just looks like white on screen here. So I can turn some light on it here. Maybe not. Maybe you can't see crap. Maybe if I turn this down. But this is a.
Is this the second worst show we've ever done?
Dude, this is probably the second worst one. Why can you not? Can you not see it? Let me turn this off.
No, look, we've got DeBoss Emboss.
Yeah, so they've got a killer chisel happening here. So these guys have a killer chisel with a really nice deep deboss happening on here. Probably 2 passes. This is not wrapped. This is actually just the board itself, which is pretty awesome. And these guys are called Marcelli. They're based in Poland. And this is all they do. Like, if you look at this box, the paper doesn't wrap to the interior. It's just the board itself. It's like an Amici that groove cuts the inside, folds it, and then glues the corners. So there's actually no seams. It's pretty awesome looking. They've got a foil stamp on the back, on the edges, and then they've got some, like on the inside of the box, they've got like a nice little foil stamp in here. And then on the back, they've got like their contact info.
Is that branding from the box company that makes the box, or?
Yeah, it's from the box company that makes the box. And they're Marcelli.eu. You can check them out. They're actually based in Poland. And those guys are
Do you know what they call the CEO of Marcelli? D-Boss.
Oh, dude, I might have to tell them that. It's pretty funny. But they do some pretty awesome.
D-Boss.
Oh, there we go. So that's a killer, like multi-level emboss happening there.
Some multi-level marketing happening.
Yeah. Same here. I mean, this is pretty aggressive looking stuff. And then they do some like lithography, letterpress. You know, they do super nice little deboss details. So that's, you know, that's some cool stuff that you can kind of get into. Letterpress. But you don't see a lot of companies doing that kind of stuff. You don't see a lot of companies doing like just focusing on the handcraft and refining the tooling and kind of doing that level of packaging. Obviously, that's not going to be the company that you go to if you're doing hundreds of thousands. But if you're starting up and you want something that's going to stand out, you know, low volume, it's not cheap for sure. But that kind of stuff's pretty cool.
There's a company in Nashville, Tennessee that uses like super old, like letter typeset, letterpress kind of stuff. I think it's called Hatch Print Shop. That I got.
Hatch Show Print.
Is that what it is? Yeah. It was awesome. It was such a cool place to go tour and see, and the fact that they're still using the equipment was pretty awesome. And that sort of that nostalgic marketing has come back, and I mean their demand is sky high right now.
Yeah, people love to touch and feel, right? And that's kind of what packaging allows you to do. So something pretty cool. Hey, I did want to say something, or at least bring this up. I'm using AI like nonstop. And last night I was working on something, and I realized AI is making me stupider. Like, I think that's kind
finally you realize.
No, I think that's like where we're headed, because like as I'm using AI, I'm using multiple platforms, and I'm going to one, and I'm telling it, this is the platform that I'm using. This is the outcome that I'm looking for. You know, help me write a prompt. And it writes a prompt. And then I copy it from this AI, and I input it into this AI, and I get a result. And then I take that result and I put it into this one over here. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not doing anything. I'm doing what the AI is telling me to do. It's going, hey, take this and put it over there, and then do this and put it over here. And I'm like, wait, like that's not how it's supposed to work. Like I'm the one that's supposed to be controlling it, not me. And I think that's kind of an area where that's kind of where we're headed.
That's a large can of worms in an infinitely recyclable aluminum. I think that AI is rewiring the way a lot of people think and process information, because like if you think about education, so much of education was like, how do we create
factory workers?
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's like you have to pass information from here to here. It's like you need to know the information and then prove to me that you know the information, and then you get to move on.
Yeah.
And now we have all of these data repositories that are able to be accessed and manipulated. And it's like, well, I don't need to know that information anymore. So dumber, I think, is an interesting way of putting it. I think there is a bit of like an evolution that's happening with the purpose of information. Our relationship to information is changing. It used to be smart people were the ones who had the information and could act on it. And now it's like smart people are the ones who can ask the right questions of the information.
But the problem is, and I know this is not AI Today show, but we do, in packaging, packaging is impacted by AI
Pie
Just,
kitching today, PAICK.
yeah, whether it's design, whether it's production, like AI is being incorporated everywhere.
Yeah.
Um, but the thing is, no matter how smart you are and you're acting and using AI is not coming up with new ideas. It's just connecting dots from all the different information it's pulling
Yeah.
from the internet. If you look today, like the internet is just packed with AI information. If you look at LinkedIn, you're getting all of a sudden people that never wrote anything are writing,
Massive paragraphs of
yeah,
content.
massive paragraphs with questions and call to actions and like all the different things you're supposed to, which are just written by AI.
Honestly, that
But a
drives
lot of
me
them,
nuts.
yeah, same, right? But there's a lot of information out there that's AI driven, that's false, that's wrong, and it's just created to elicit a reaction. But that's also on the internet. So now we're flooding the web with a bunch of false information, which
Yeah.
the AI is going to pull from.
Yep.
Which is going to make things worse. So I don't know. I came to that conclusion of like, holy crap, I'm the puppet here. I'm the one that's doing what the AI is telling me to do, and I didn't like it. I didn't like that feeling.
Well, the good thing is you can stop and you
Yeah.
can grab some water and you can descend into the quiet.
That's right.
But I do think there is something really true and refreshing about that idea, which is like, now is the time, I believe, to engage more humanly.
Mhm.
Like, because it's so easy to engage now with AI, I do think that people, like, we are biological animals. We're not robots. We're not computers. We have emotions. We have feelings. We have senses. We just talked about Hatch printing,
Mhm.
or Hatch show or whatever it was. Like, these are still very real experiences. And now more than ever, I think, is the time to do that. Whether you're in packaging, whether you're in sales, whether you're in marketing, it's like you can leverage the tools to free up time so that, but if you're only doing that in order to just be lazy or watch more AI derived TikTok videos, then you have not understood the purpose of AI. I think AIs can be ultimately a great tool to allow us to do more things to free up time
Mhm.
so that we can engage with other people. But if all we're doing is freeing up time so that we can have
Do
more
more
time
AI.
for more AI stuff,
Yeah.
just consuming more AI stuff, I think that's a problem. And maybe people are doing that. I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, I think people are doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I hate it.
We're plugging into the matrix
I
willingly.
absolutely hate, and I spend very little time scrolling on
Mhm.
social media. I don't like consuming social media. It drives me nuts. If I'm on it for more than like 10 minutes, 5 minutes at a time, I'm just like, "Oh, I hate this," and I just wanna, like, throw up in my mouth.
Yeah.
Um, so, yeah,
So,
anyway.
Brian's asking, how do we put words on paper or online that verify us as a human instead of AI? Will the people see us as genuine online or on paper?
Yes,
That's the challenge.
but
Right?
ha here's how you do it. Ready? You do it. You
Yeah.
type it out. Don't try to do it so you can feel more human. Just be human. Just use your 10 fingers and physically type stuff up, and it's gonna have errors because, like, I don't
Mhm.
know how many LinkedIn posts I've gone back and read and been like, "Oh my gosh, I totally misspelled that," or whatever it is, because I was just writing something and putting out my thoughts. Write a handwritten note to somebody. It's actually handwritten. So the way that you appear human
Is to be human.
is to just be human. Like, for just
Yeah, but humans are afraid to make mistakes, right? We're afraid to put something out there and make a mistake and have somebody call you out on with AI, and
oh,
you kind of
buddy.
limit that, right? But
Yeah, I'm
but
about to start preaching. I'm about to start preaching, I tell you.
that's what we're
Can
supposed to
I get
do.
an amen from the congregation? I'm actually preaching, literally preaching about this exact topic
Mhm.
at my church, a 102-year-old historically Black Baptist church in Kearns, Utah, The Point, on July 6th. And I'm talking about why we should be free from these fears. Make mistakes, fail, learn, grow. Like, these are all human characteristics.
Yeah, I'm just going to Gotham here in terms of like where you can get some packaging education. Obviously, here on this show, you can check it out. If you've got questions on packaging, Gotham, just throw them in here. We always love them. You can check out the Packaging Unboxed. You can check out People of Packaging. Check out Corey's Sustainable Packaging podcast. Like
Yeah.
that's the whole point. Is like we're trying we're trying to share as much information as we possibly can. If you got questions, throw them in here. Yep. Brian, human better than not human.
Yeah.
That's what I say as a human.
Yeah. Take that, robots, unless
That's
you become our overlords, and then I apologize
in advance.
in advance. Oh, Lord. Tomorrow we